The new sweeping bridge over the Zambezi and Kazungula is a masterpiece of engineering, built at a cost of $250 million United States dollars and opened in 2021. It has replaced the old ferry at a spot where Zimbabwe, Zambia, Namibia and Botswana meet. A practical example of what is often the rhetoric of regional integration. In February 2022, the Prentice Foundation conducted a road route diagnostic from Johannesburg to Solwezi via Botswana, focusing on the transport links between Kazungula and Kasumbalesa to find out where the constraints existed to road traffic. The first constraint was in human and institutional software.
Just over there is the Kazungula Bridge, opened in 2021 and built at a cost of $250 million US. It's 1 kilometer span, dramatically shortening the journey time between Zambia and Botswana. But it's not just the technology of such a new bridge that's needed to shorten the trade times and hassles experienced in trading across Africa. It's about the infrastructure that plugs in at either end. It's about the roads that get you to the bridge. And it's about the institutional software that enables you to cross over it and to enter these countries. On the Zambian side alone, it's 9 separate checks and payments and stamps that have to be undertaken to be able to cross into the country. That's simply too much for many visitors. It's too long for many investors.
At every subsequent toll booth, the road toll was inspected, the number was inputted into a device, receipt issued, stamped and stapled to the original. No toll booth took less than 3 minutes to pass through, and there were 9 to navigate on the journey from Kazungula to Kasumbalesa. There was also a total of 18 police checkpoints, each one causing the journey to be slowed, and road surface to be damaged as especially the 30-ton trucks braked to stop. The second constraint was the sheer volume of traffic on a largely inadequate road network, which relates to both the software constraints but also the state of the rail system. Despite a proud history of rail and a once extensive network across Zambia, this is today virtually inoperable, increasing the cost of imports and exports.
Behind me is the railway station of Kapiri-Mposhi in central Zambia. 1,850 kilometers over some 300 bridges and 147 stations is the port of Dar es Salaam. Making this railway line work effectively, which was built at a cost of over $2.5 billion in today's money back in the 1970s, is absolutely critical to Zambia. Better maintenance is needed, as is the integration of this railway line with other railway lines in southern Africa, but also the road network across Zambia.
On our journey, the road surface was particularly bad on sections of the 175 kilometers from Ndola to Kabwe via Kapiri-Mposhi, where the tar was badly rutted. Worse than that, the road was virtually non-existent in some parts of the 40 kilometers between Chingola and the Congolese border at Kasumbalesa, particularly in the last 10 kilometers leading into the Congo. An estimated 2.5 million tons of cargo flows into Congo from Zambia annually at this crossing. And it could be much more if conditions could be made easier.
We are on the Chingola to Kasumbalesa road, the road from Zambia into the southern part of the Congo. It's just 40 kilometers. It took us more than an hour and a half over some of the worst road I've experienced in Africa. The queue of trucks getting into the Congo is more than 5 kilometers long. Some of them waiting up to days to make the passage. Some 700 trucks get through the border, but there are many more that could make it if the road passage and the customs procedures were improved.
The third major constraint to infrastructure is the state of the government's finances. This relates both to its relationship with private investors on the one hand and how and where government chooses to spend its revenues. Copper is Zambia's major short-term economic opportunity on the cusp of a new boom, given anticipated increases in demand for the commodity from the green energy revolution. But given the capital investment and the complexities involved in mining this mineral, business frictions, including transport, should be reduced, and predictable policy should be ensured.
Ahead of me is a smelter at Kansanshi producing 1,000 tons of copper anode a day, which is loaded on trucks behind us and moved out around the world via ports in Namibia, South Africa and in Dar es Salaam.
Critically, increased mining investment will drive other areas of economic activity, thus ensuring diversification, job creation, and Zambia's attractiveness as a regional services hub. Somehow, government must find the means and a way to partner and promote its major investors, ensuring they not only expand their interests in Zambia, but invest more broadly in the societies in which they operate.
If you give this man a ride, sweet family.
The way in which these three major constraints can be addressed is by making better choices about where to spend money and how to address the software aspect.
Development is about choices. It's a choice to spend $500 million on an airport like this at Ndola, which was opened in 2021, or it's a choice to spend maybe a tenth of that amount fixing the road between Chingola and the border at Kasumbalesa, which is used by tens of thousands of people.
There are three obvious bits of low-hanging fruit in changing this environment positively. First, fix the road from Chingola to Kasumbalesa and toll it. Second, do a triple P on the Western Road south from Solwezi to Katimamulilo, opening up an exciting economic frontier. Third, drive new mining investment which will in turn multiply economic activity, job creation, and provide the fiscal basis for government to do more. In a positive cycle, this requires reducing business frictions, including bureaucracy, and ensuring policy predictability.